Hi everyone, my name's Electrosunky and today we're going to be back on the RTS series. We're going to be kind of starting off our unit selection again, or kind of fixing our unit selection I guess. Because it is there and it should work, but it doesn't quite. I've had a look through the code and I think there's I think at the moment I can see two things that go wrong. I'll talk them through as we get to them. The first one is quite an important thing though. We're going to ignore this enemy for the time being. So at the moment, one unit is fine, it's selecting that and it is the same number each time, so we know that's working. The problem at the moment is if you add two in and you select this one, you get the other one as well, and if you select this one, you don't get any, and it's not quite right. You have to be a genius to figure that one out. Same happens with 3 and any number beyond 1 basically. So that, if you think about it, is likely going to be due to the code here somewhere. Yeah, here. It's going to be due to this code, because this is the actual detection code. So this is the one that detects whether the instance is within the range of our mouse and our coordinates and stuff. So we kind of want to see why this isn't working, and a really easy way we can check just straight away is first of all by putting a debug message maybe here. We'll just put the ID first, and do we want to do that? Not really sure. Let's just, in fact, let's leave that. Let's just run through the code itself and see what's up here. So if draw 2, that's gonna work no matter what. That's an if statement. Counter equals 0. Well, again, that's kind of not important for the moment. In fact, we could just comment this out. I think we'll leave it anyway because it's not doing anything. Now this is looping through every instance. So one way we could just check this is going as planned. I mean, I'm fairly certain this is going as planned. But yeah, we'll just paste this in. Not there, in there. So we're just going to show the debug message of the instance number of an object basic unit. Whenever so there's 1, we add another one, there's 2. Okay, great, we know that's working. So it is definitely checking every single unit. The next thing I guess we can do is see what this is doing. And just check that the IDs that we've got kind of match up. Again, I doubt this is what's going wrong, but we'll see. So 104, 104, okay, 104 and 106. I'm just going to reheat them like that. So we have got both of them. So again, that's not the problem. And this is where I think the problem is. I think the problem is with script is between. I think that's probably the problem. And maybe the id.x and id.y. So again, the way we're going to test this, another debug message. And all we're going to do is print id x. And the reason why we're going to do this is because we should see initially, okay, that it's constant. But if we add another one in, actually we should remove this and then add another one in. Okay, so we can see that there are different. So it's not that that's going wrong either. The idx are definitely separate. So about y? I guess we can check that. So if we move this guy over here, let me select another one. So the y is also working as well. So again, we know it's not that. I guess the next thing to test is possibly our start x or our mouse x or something. Although one thing I did want to test as well, just quickly, is if we move this guy over here, deselect him. Okay, yeah, that's certainly interesting. Yeah, you can see weird things happen all across the board, pretty much. So I think that there's likely going to be a problem with our script is between. And so we should probably check this. The way we're going to do this, I guess, is probably not the most efficient way. All I'm going to do instead is write it myself, because this script, I mean, it's good, but it's probably not right. So the way we can check if it's right or not is just write it ourselves and see. So if yeah, I was just wondering, just quickly, whether the order mattered or not. This could be kind of important because start x might be less than, or might be greater than mouse x. So that's maybe something to consider. But we'll try with this for the moment, and if not, we'll go back to that. So this episode is kind of all about debugging and how you can go through a program kind of methodically. So what we want to check is if the mouse x is less. That's the wrong way around. If the instance is less than the mouse x and it is greater than the start x, and then another one for the y, following the same pattern. And now we can run this and give this a go. So we select one, it's working. We move this guy over here, come over here, select another one. Okay, so it's still not really working. So we can then conclude that this script is right. That isn't the problem. So really now we're looking at a few things. Probably the biggest thing is our start x and our start y. That's the only thing that we really haven't checked as of yet. Now these are set to be mouse x and mouse y coordinates, and something that I've thought about whilst I've been making this is possibly the view has an impact. The only I think we deleted something we shouldn't have there. We've missed a curly bracket. So yeah, the big thing I think that could be the problem at the moment is to do with our. So what I want to do is I want to try if we just. Okay. Right, so that's kind of solved the problem to a point. I think that the problem might be is that our start x and our mouse x might be slightly different. And the reason that I've come to this conclusion, just quickly, is because before we've been selecting it this way around. Okay. And we've been adding a new one. And yeah, you can see weird things happen. I think it's to do with the ordering perhaps. And so we'll try that. We'll just quickly say if start x is greater than mouse x, or let's say the other way around. If start x is less than mouse x, and then we'll do this. I guess, yeah, let's actually think about this a little bit smarter. So let's go about, instead of doing this, checking, maybe adapting our script. So I'm not exactly sure if we need to, but we'll see. I'm not sure we do. Okay, so maybe that isn't the problem. It's quite complicated. I'm thinking right now then, if our script is not the problem, our start x isn't the problem, and our mouse is the problem, it's probably something a lot deeper. thinking probably the most likely cause is to do with the difference between our draw level and our GUI level, and that's quite a complex thing to go about changing around. So at the moment, it's so weird that we can't select this one. It's almost like this one is actually here, but I'm not sure. Actually, I've just realised it could be something even simpler than all this that I've just described. And that's kind of annoying if it is, but I was just thinking, just then, for a second, when we do this, it kind of holds our thing, and when we add another one, it automatically adds it. And I was thinking for a second, like, why does it automatically add it? I've let go. And then I realised that whenever we redraw our box, we don't reset our units, nor do we reset our counter. So we should probably do that. So just from what I've got here, do we have a create venues or? Yeah, here. So we'll just reset the whole thing back to being like null, basically. And now let's give it a go. So whenever we draw a new box, we should reset it to null. Okay. Alright, so it's still not quite working. It's still a little bit weird, and that keeps flicking between. Yeah. It's definitely weird. That should definitely be like that as well. So what I think we've done a nice little lesson on debugging, even though it's not been, but showing you how we can analyze just this little bit of code. And from what I've learned from this bit of code is that it's not this bit of code, basically, even though I thought that was the problem. It's clearly something else somewhere else. So what I think I'll do is I'll find out what the problem is off video, and then come back to it and show you guys when I've actually found the problem, and I'll tell you how we found the problem as well. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, all you do is want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next one.